Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. We're playing Bogles. And this is a good opening hand. We will keep it. We're also playing first. I won the die roll, which means Bogles to the rescue. First Bogles of the game. It's not going to be Bogles. It's going to be a Glade Cove Scout, which is, you know, the Lady Elf version of Bogles. Just is, instead of it being a head with legs and arms, it is now a elf with legs and arms. I know a dramatic... quite a large shift away from what you would kind of expect in a Boggles deck when you are expecting a furry head with a giant nose. And we're kind of waiting on our opponent. Our opponent's sitting around doing something. Revealing a plains. I do love, by the way, I love the new Boggles art. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that this deck came out like 3 or 4 days after the Ultimate Masters stuff was all spoiled, and they basically reprinted the entire Boggles deck in Ultimate Masters. All of the cards that are mediocre priced are reprinted, so they're all kind of going to go from like the $2-3 range to like the dollar range, or 75 cents. So that was a thing. That was a thing that happened. It was kind of weird, I thought. And it looks like we're playing against either Spirits or Control. I'm assuming Control, the fact they played Sleight of Hand. Spirits doesn't really play Sleight of Hand. Usually. They usually don't play Sleight of Hand. So Blue-White Control. We might actually have a decent matchup for ourselves. I guess we throw down the Scraminator. Scram. Scram is in, like, get out of here. Yeah, because he draws us cards. He is the El Budget Core Spirit Dancer. Not that Core Spirit Dancer is expensive. It's like a $2 card. It's just cheaper. This guy's just technically cheaper. Trying to always keep the budget deck down to like 60. This is a weird deck, I will say. Boggles is a weird deck because if you push the value, if you go from $60 to like $75, you basically get almost the rest of the deck, which is the thing. I'm like, oh, that's. So it definitely was like for me, it was a moment of like, do I push the budget up, or do I try and keep it at 60? Because 60 for me is like, it's kind of the sweet spot. I feel like you could convince a friend, or you could go out and buy a $60 deck for someone and not feel too bad. But once you kind of get into like the $75 to like $100 range, it starts getting like, okay, this is getting a little bit more expensive. I guess we go like this. Play the Spider Umba, draw a card. This needs to be always yield. Oh, there's not even a May ability. It's you draw a card. You have to draw a card, which is nice. Well, I mean, I guess it's nice. There's like a handful of decks, period, buildable, that you would draw. Rancor's freaking awesome as well. Go to combat. Should have attacked both of them. Didn't. Dang it. Too late now. Misplays were made. Misclicks were played. That's what it is. Whenever this creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Yes, I forgot that's what this thing did. Oh yeah, that's why I put Snake Umber in the deck. Little miracles that surprise even me. Makes me feel very, very good about myself. Snake Umbra is not actually played in many in Boggles. It's definitely a budget card because Core Spirit Dancer is a better draw engine, where this is gonna be pretty rad. The like double draw thing gonna be pretty freaking rad. So we're playing Jeskai. We're playing Jeskai combo. Jeskai combo. I'm assuming it's Jeskai combo. It's definitely not. It's not Blue-White Control anymore. Definitely not. Which is probably why our opponent looked at their opening hand before they decided they want to keep it or not for a very long time. I could play Unflinching Courage. That seems like a fun one. Push it a little bit farther away from our opponent so they have to deal with us gaining a bunch of life. Seems pretty fun. Drawn 2 cards. Yada, yada, yada. Fun, fun, fun. Been rad if we would have also drawn into another land, specifically a forest. But we didn't. Alright, so we'll swing us both. Remembering to do that this time. And we draw a card. This should be always yes and always yield. And we draw yet another Rancor, which is cool. Rancor is a fun card. Mind you, our opponent's dead next turn unless they actually play something, which they might. Search your library for an enchantment card, put it into the battlefield, and then, ooh. What does our opponent... well, I mean, normally, in a perfect world, they're going to go get Jeskai Ascendancy? Is it Ascendancy? Yes, Jeskai Ascendancy. But do they have the rest of the stuff to do it? They don't. They get whatever this is. At the beginning of your upkeep, form 5 dragon to target. Oh, so it becomes 5 damage. So it deals 5 damage to any target, and then his life total becomes 5. I don't quite see how he wins through that, though, or doesn't not die from that. Oh, creatures without flying can't attack you. That's how he does it. Huh. That's a thing. So we basically have to, at this point, find Griff's Boom. Which means we also need to remember we need to play some enchantment removal. Note to self. Is this the epic one? So every single turn now we can't play spells anymore. So he's just going to be constantly searching for enchantments and playing them. So this is definitely not the Jeskai Ascendancy combo. It's something else. Something crazier. Much, much crazier. And our opponent's kind of just hanging out and not really doing anything. Oh, there we go. He passes it to us. Beginning of each end step. Your life total becomes 5, so he actually loses a life. Griff's Boon would be really cool. We don't get a Griff's Boon. We don't, but we could double draw. So I guess we go like this. Draw. And then draw another Rancor. My deck was not shuffled very well. Apparently all the cards are still in the proper order, just all the Rancors, and then just kind of dealt, you know. It's always never a good thing. You need to make sure you shuffle well. So we draw a Forest, which also is not really what we want. Not what we want at all. And we can't attack, so I guess we just hang out. So he's going to do 5 to our face. He's putting us a 5-turn clock. Mind you, I'd assume he goes and gets another one of these things. I'm assuming. I guess we can just pass through our opponent's turn. We literally have nothing to do, so we're just going to let him do his thing. So yeah, so it's going to be... I mean, he could go and get another form of the dragon. No, he gets... Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, counter it, that player creates X 1/1 white blue creature tokens flying. Okay. How does that not make me win then? So this counters it. And then X is the converted mana cost? Okay. So we'll just keep going like that. We'll just keep getting a whole bunch of birds. We'll just like get all of the birds. I'm assuming he has a way of dealing with all of the birds, but you never know. I guess we could also theoretically throw like a Rancor on one of our birds. So why not? So there's 4 birds. Oh, we forgot to play it. Oh, we can't play that. We don't have enough mana anymore. We are out of mana. Okay, well, ship it our opponent's turn. Go! Go, opponent! Go, opponent! So he needs a way of dealing with the birds. Otherwise, next turn he dies. So what does he do? He needs to, like, full-on prison me at this point. Creatures enchanted player control lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 1/1. Enchanted player can't activate abilities of the mana abilities. That's a thing. Okay, so that's a lock. So we have to attack with things. We don't have any way of actually dealing with enchantments in here. So let's go to game 2. Okay, well, our opponent's playing something super janky, which I'm 100% down for, but we need to have a way of dealing with it. So Seal of Primordium is definitely going to come in. I guess we throw this guy in, maybe not. This thing comes in though. Okay. And I think we pull out all the Unflinching Courages. Don't really need them. And it sounds like we also don't need any of the Celestial Flares as well. So we go like this. No need for removal. Submit to deck. See how it plays out. So, yeah. Let's see how this one goes. This is gonna be a weird one. Going to be a weird one. Mulligan. We will keep it even though it's a one-lander. Sometimes I feel like, specifically with the budget version of the Boggles deck, is the mana base is really punishing. Yeah, this is how I feel. I probably could have put in another land just to help balance it out, but I didn't. This is definitely going to go on top of the library. Mostly because we need to be able to play Seal of Primordium, just so we can start destroying enchantments as soon as he plays them. And this comes into play tapped. So that's it. Oh, and I spit all over my microphone. Shh, don't tell anyone that I'm spitting all over. Okay. So, what do people think of the new art for Boggles? What do they think of it? I like the... I wish I could bring it up here. I probably could, realistically. I think it's really cool, though. I really quite enjoy the, like, weird face thing with arms and legs. It makes me... I guess it's not even really legs. It's just arms. It has arms. It's a head with arms that come out of it. And ears, according to this one. Nice thing is we also have Griff's Boon. So we theoretically could give one of our guys, flying. If we need to. Our turn. Forast. Do we play Seal of Primordium or do we get... I think we just need to get Boggles into play. I think we're going to run down 2 of them. Just get extra damage in early. Early game damage is going to be very helpful. I'm not sure why our opponent is sitting and waiting. It's not like they're going to counter the Boggles. They're not going to counter this guy. I mean, I guess theoretically they could. Theoretically they could. Alright. So, next turn... I guess we can wait on this a little bit. Just like a little bit. We do need to be careful that he doesn't actually, like, go nuclear and play crazy stuff like Lotus Bloom. So we have a couple turns. So much so I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to leave this up so we can see... Oh, he plays a second one. 2. Ooh. Okay, well that's a thing. It's a thing that happens. Okay. Our turn. Wish you could, like, put this in this column. That'd be nice. Oh, actually I can pop it out, can't I? I can pop it out. Okay, let's go like that. Plains is nice. I guess we go like this, and I think we're probably going to run down the seal no matter what. Yeah. Yes, yes indeed. It's kind of weird. You can't see the second one behind it when it's like this. Indeed. Opponent's thinking, do they need to mana leak it? Maybe? Possibly? It does give it flying, which makes it a pain in his butt, so he can't go get the, like, deal 5 damage, which I'm assuming his primary win condition. And then combat phase, swing, play Seal of Primordium. Like, the one thing about if we do play Seal of Primordium later rather than right now, it kind of makes it so he realizes, oh, I can't just do what I want. But we're going to run it out anyways, just because we have the mana. I'd rather dump mana into other stuff. So, yes. Aha, so he's going to remand that one. Just fine. I mean, it's not gone, it's just remanded. Remand. Okay, down to 2 and 1, so we have 2 turns. Because he had one first turn, and he had one that the second turn he played as well. I didn't see the first one getting played. Because I wasn't paying enough attention, which does happen once in a while. I'm just wondering, like, do we have enough... Can we be fast enough to take this guy out? Maybe. Gladeco Scout. I mean, keep in mind, we also have Celestial Purge, so even if he wants to play the other thing, likely can't. Combat, swing for 3. Not going fast enough yet. And we will try and play the Seal of Primordium again. Again, trying to pull out any other potential counter magic that he has. Because we have double ways. Essentially, this is really just to deal with specifically the deal 5 damage one. The no flyers one. This here we'd rather use on something else. Okay. So one Because this theoretically can also blow up an artifact. So when one of these comes down, we could actually theoretically blow it up as well. That is an option. Which is this turn or next turn? I think it's this turn. Because this one has 1 on it, this one has 0 on it now. So he actually gets to play it. Indeed. Yeah. So he's gonna have to use that mana, like, immediately. Otherwise, we can just blow this up. What's better, though? What do you think? Blowing up the Lotus Bloom or blowing up the enchantment he grabs with it? I figure blowing up the enchantment he grabs... Oh, he's going to blow it up anyways. Blowing up the enchantment he grabs is probably going to be a better bet. So players can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. That's fine. Is it fine? Is it actually fine? Yes, I guess. Technically, it's fine. It's scary, but fine. Like, I can't blow this thing up. So players can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. Huh. That's a hard one. I guess I can get rid of this now. I don't really... This deck is like the perfect mad deck against Bogles sometimes. Mostly because I'm just not being fast enough. Fortified Village, I guess. Combat, slow damage, I guess. Slow damage, indeed. Slowest of damage. I'm assuming he has doubles of things as well in the deck. Playing singleton of everything seems... Oh, maybe... I guess playing doubles, you run the risk of, like, actually drawing into stuff twice, which you don't want to do. Where having singleton of stuff, maybe a little bit different. So, there's the Lotus Bloom. I'm actually surprised the text isn't grayed out on this one here, from this guy. So, this is playing... Oh, he actually played this out of his hand, like, hard cast this guy. So there's this, which we will blow up immediately. Immediately. Goodbye, this thing. And then we need to draw into another enchantment. Snake Umbra. Ooh. Opponent scoops it. Yes! Okay. Oh, the opponent scoops the match. He's like, I can't play against this. Not going to play. So it was really 1-1. I don't think I would have won the second match because I think he's a little bit faster than me, but who knows. Anyways, this has been game 1, me playing with the strictly budget version of the deck, and the next videos which come out tomorrow, I'm going to play with a slightly upgraded version. So I have a bunch of the faster lands, so my mana base will be a little bit more consistent, thankfully, and I have a couple more of the stronger creatures. Until next time, though, my name's Adrian, this has been Giant Monster Games. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.